Hi everyone, Charles from the Food People here. I hope you're all keeping safe and well. It's my pleasure once again to welcome Sarah, our Senior Category Trends Analyst, to join me today to talk about summer 2021 in the COVID era. We want to share with you 3 behaviours that we've observed during 2020 and the resulting opportunity areas for summer 2021, and a taster of the what and the why behind these opportunities and behaviours. The summer of 2020 has definitely been a memorable one for sure. The coronavirus pandemic has put pay to summer festivals and sporting events. Tens of thousands of us have had to cancel overseas holidays due to concerns about travel and quarantine. On the upside, once UK holidays were given the go-ahead, many people have scrambled to book UK-based staycations, and it wasn't all about the south and the southwest, but Lancashire, Norfolk, Suffolk, Surrey and Herefordshire, all on the Airbnb trending destination list. At peak points, UK-based staycations were being booked every 11 seconds, and with the weather in the main being good, with highs of up to 37 degrees C at times, and the Eat Out to Help Out scheme getting people eating out again and in the habit of eating out, the UK has been the place to be for summer 2020. But looking forward to summer 2021, there is still some degree of uncertainty about COVID-19. What restrictions will still be in place? What restrictions may have gone and come back again? What of the lockdown eating and drinking habits will still remain into 2021? So with that in mind, Sarah, let's talk about what we've observed during 2020 and those 3 behaviours and opportunities in food and drink that we expect to see into 2021.
Okay, thank you, Charles. So the first behaviour is holiday vibes. So as we've been saying, it's been a summer like no other. So many people have postponed holidays and last minute quarantines. Things have been up in the air for everybody. And with so much uncertainty and disruption to holidays, many of us have looked to food and drink for those holiday vibes. So a Greek-inspired feast of lamb marinated for days in aged feta, garlic and herbs, slow cooked over charcoal, brings us straight back to holidays in Greece and a taste of the sun. In May, rosé wine saw sales increase of 40% year on year during just 1 week of May. And while Provence remains the favourite, we're actually seeing a lot more of Italian and Spanish regional wines come forward as people want to recreate those European holidays at home. Yeah. Greek wines, Romanian wines, really different wines have come forward this summer, and I think that will continue. After months of lockdown, we were ready for some fun. Dining al fresco became the norm and was enjoyed so much as well. It looks set to continue. And Cornwall's St Moritz Hotel converted beach huts into private dining spaces, socially distanced. And it was really still dining out with that wow factor and bringing the fun home that happens a lot this summer. And at home as well, we had whipped coffee, whipped everything, taking TikTok by storm, bringing that barista fix into homes. Just simple things like whipping together coffee, water, sugar, and then adding it to the milk and producing these amazing results. So we were sharing lots of fun ideas in food and drink, as well as actually going on those global adventures.
You know, personal and anecdotal experience that food and drink has played a much bigger part of the summer vibe this year, and just making so much more, obviously helped by the weather, but outdoor spaces and outdoor eating and cooking.
Also, it's about quality time. So as well as those experiences, holidays are ultimately about spending quality time with family and friends. And while it was the summer of the staycation, it meant more time to enjoy those everyday moments. So many more brunches, lunches, barbecues in the garden at home, and to really slow down and appreciate the simple things in life.
So looking forward to 2021, then why do you think this behaviour is likely to stay?
I think because COVID-19 is still, there's so much uncertainty surrounding it, and we've got predictions that it could be here with us for another 2 years. Hopefully not, hopefully a vaccine by the end of this year, but it could be here. There's a lot of uncertainty. And along with COVID-19, there's the recession happening. So people will have less disposable income likelihood. So next summer, we're still likely to be wanting to spend a bit more time at home and to save money. It will become just as important to actually get all of those holiday memories with food and drink next year. And also the government's Eat Out to Help Out scheme has been incredibly successful. So restaurants have seen bookings up 48% on last year. As this draws to a close, we're still going to need like those extra experiential ways of eating to help draw us in next year. And at Alfresco, we've said we've all enjoyed eating outside a lot more, like that could be the summer of the norm next year.
So looking forward then to 2021 with holiday vibes, as we've termed it, being one of the key behaviours, how do we think this may pan out into 2021?
Well, I think there'll be a big focus on value and everyday treats. So something simple like a matcha tea. If it's a pineapple matcha tea, immediately it's a taste of the tropics. Passion fruit filled eclairs, or caramelized pineapple topping ice cream to enjoy indoors, bringing that out of home ice cream experience indoors as well. Just really simple tropical tastes can immediately transport us. And as well as that, we've seen this summer, and I think this is likely to continue next summer, a taste for adventure. So people like really hot and sour tastes. We've seen jalapeno lemonade in Trader Joe's. So a real simple, refreshing format, just given that spicy kick. Name chilies on pizza with chili flakes and chili oil loaded up. So that hot flavour adventure, as well as nostalgia. And I think we'll start to see a few more subtle nostalgic twists as well. So towards the end of this summer, we've seen variations on citrus fruits, so clementine, mandarin, and it's slightly sweeter than orange. And it's also evokes those memories of trifles and school dinner pack-ups. So there's that nostalgic feel. So mandarin icing on a chocolate donut or clementine lemonade is just a little bit different, nostalgic and tropical. We could also see more twists on global classics. So we began the summer craving lasagna, a real comforting classic. Yet by the end, I think we wanted a little bit more adventure. So orange and cardamom tiramisu changes things up. It's still a taste of Italy with just something different.
Yeah.
Within the chef world as well, we're seeing different influences collide. So squash in York, the chef there, his mother is from Yorkshire, his father from India, and he's brought those two cuisines together. So with plates like pork belly vindaloo, really British as well as Indian at the same time. And I think we'll want to see those different tastes next year, as well as the classics. Dystopian scenes at airports, avoided for many, long haul. And I think that will continue next year. There's a lot of nervousness around flying, but we'll want to go further with our tastes. It's, we know Italian food and Spanish food fairly well. Sri Lankan cinnamon sugar donuts, virtual cookery class going around the world in 5 plates. Yeah. Imagine if that was on a retail website and we could watch the recipe and then click and get all of the ingredients sent directly to home. So this around the world taste experience, I think, will be here to stay next year, and we'll just see it in fairly different formats. More of the faces behind the food and drink as well. So that personal touch that we're really wanting with food and drink generally. Attica in Australia have just launched staff specials where it's not just any lasagna, it's Martina's lasagna, who is Italian, and she's brought her traditional family recipe to the mix. So it's ham, hard-boiled eggs, spicy sausage. It's bringing that personal, authentic touch as well to global classics. More lunches at home. So this actually enjoying the quality time at home. So lunches is the one meal occasion where we're still seeing, even at the end of the summer, so many more occasions at home. As people go back to offices, many are going back like 2 days a week, part-time. So that still means the lunchtime trade could be halved. So we're seeing real radical changes in that meal occasion in particular. So extended choice, cheese and ham sandwiches they're great, but there's only so many we can have. So chicken gyros, veggie dosas cut in the shapes of dinosaurs for children, for picnics. There's so many more like global twists that we want to bring to lunch. The experience as well. We've said the eat out to dine out scheme's done really well. It's all about the experience, more socially distanced events to happen, and also bringing that experience in home. So no churn ice cream, we've seen that trend on Instagram this summer. Next summer, what about no churn ice cream kits to make with children, with mystical decorations and the can of condensed milk and the ingredients put together as a meal kit. So a lot more like fun things to do at home as well.
Yeah, I definitely think this bringing the experience to where the people are, and whether that just be, you know, out of home consumption within your immediate locality, or bringing restaurant experiences actually into the home. That's a clear opportunity that's evolved during the COVID era that feels like it's going to have real kind of relevance into the future. So that was the first one. Then was a holiday vibe. So what's the second behaviour that we've observed?
The second behaviour is almost opposite to that. Holiday vibe is all about fun, creativity, lots of colour. It's a stripped back approach. It's really getting back to basics. I think consumers, there's some people are concerned about food safety, so they want to look for natural ingredients and move away from heavily processed. And also it's a real back to basics, fire cooking, barbecues. It's the most primeval way of cooking. The freezer, we've seen sales of frozen food increase by 19% according to Kantar this summer, and while it's affordable and we reduce waste, it's also the most ancient way of preserving food. No artificial additives required, really natural. So this stripped back approach in terms of cooking, how we preserve food, natural ingredients, organic, has seen huge sales increases. People don't want pesticides in their food so much. It's about eating how we used to. Also, what we've seen is that restaurants, as they've reopened, they've tended to offer streamlined menus, which a lot to do is with cost, because there's less people coming through due to social distancing, but also there's something really reassuring about offering all-time favourites. Something simple like Sundays. Sunday lunch has been one of the most popular takeaway menus and eating in menus, because it's traditional, it's what we know. So the stripped back approach.
So why do you think this stripped back approach is likely to be more important into the future as we look forward to 2021?
Because there's still a lot we don't know about COVID-19, and we've seen our food supply chain, we've seen the vulnerability of it at the beginning of this summer when people couldn't even get food, the practicalities in terms of the vulnerable supply chain, as well as just this fear in terms of too many people handling food. I mean, meat plants have been associated with outbreaks, things like that. So it's just getting back to like real good quality meat, free range, organic. I think we'll see a lot more of that. And uncertain times also mean that we want to look back to simpler times. There's comfort found in retro classics. So yeah, I think we'll see a lot more of it next year.
So thinking about the actual product manifestations into 2021, how do you think stripped back will actually represent itself on menus and on retailer shelves into 2021?
I think we can expect to see a lot more super seasonal ingredients. So we've seen wild garlic a lot now. It's like wild strawberry jam tarts or Woodruff lager. Just really exploring those different foraged and seasonal ingredients within quite mainstream products. I think will create something that's really wow. And also this simplicity, like a simple blackberry marinade on barbecue meats. It's just black, and it's the simplicity of taste that's really stands out. So buying local, garden to table will really continue. And also it's more of what we know. So as we were saying earlier, like Sunday lunch has been a popular summer menu item even when 30-degree heat. So classics that stand the test of time, whether that be duck rillettes, classic French recipes, or free range whole chickens ready to roast for a Sunday meal, and super nostalgic flavours on the indulgent spectrum. So lots of twists on Neapolitan.
Yeah.
And like wagon wheel ice cream, made with marshmallows, chocolate chips, and raspberry puree. So definitely still that trip down memory lane. And fire and ice as well. So we've cooked the primeval way of cooking with fire. This has become more important. Towards the end of this summer, we've seen lobster tails glazed in a reduced gazpacho on the Conroe Grill at the Black Swan in Olstead, North Yorkshire. And so even when the weather's slightly cooler, this fire cooking is still important. Supermarket barbecue ranges have been fire pits, and fire pit is the most ancient artisan way of cooking. So there's really going back to that fire cooking is going to be important.
It feels like there's been a real elevated exploration of barbecue and fire cooking during the summer of 2020, whether that be, delivered kits or educational videos on how to smoke on just a regular barbecue and that kind of thing. It just feels, as you say, it's that primeval connection with the way food has been cooked for thousands of years, and that there's a certain comfort and security in that.
And the same goes for frozen as well. So frozen with no additives, the most ancient way of freezing food. And it's not frozen ready meals that people have been buying. Frozen ready meals have actually been in decline. So it's more about the fresh, like frozen fish, premium ingredients. So the plant-based, the ingredients that we make food with, as well as like the hot dogs and the burgers. So we can expect to see more like yellowfin tuna burgers straight out of the freezer, ready to go onto the barbecue, and more premium ice cream as well next year.
So we've talked about the holiday vibe, we've talked about stripped back. What's the third behaviour that we've observed during 2020?
Third behaviour is completely evolving as we speak. I mean, it's a summer reset. It has brought so much change that the future's being rewritten. Restaurants have quickly pivoted to deliveries and meal kits. What we're seeing, though, is that behaviour is continuing. Even though restaurants have reopened, Pizza Pilgrims in the UK, they're still delivering their pizza meal kits. People are still enjoying those takeaways at home, and it's a whole different behaviour as well as eating out.
I've seen that with, just popped up on my Instagram feed this morning, was what Merivale at Home are continuing to do in Australia. And whilst restaurants may well have reopened, there's this whole route to market that's evolved over lockdown, that for some businesses in certain geographies, it continues to be an opportunity, delivering restaurant quality meals, either in semi-prepared or kit form or to finish at home. But that's emerged and appears to be sticking in certain geographies.
And also, people and brands are looking for purpose. So it's really a chance to rewrite the future. It's almost like we've all had time to reset. We've seen the pictures of London streets that are empty, Paris. Things have really significantly changed. And Black Lives Matter came to the fore. Food and drink also look to support different things and become purposeful in different ways as well. So like in the US, an off-limits cereal brand has just launched with cartoon characters that depict anxiety and depression, which is actually prompting conversations about mental health around the table for those families. There's really innovative ways of actually delivering purpose that we're seeing. I think that will continue next year.
Yeah.
Also, health and wellness is the biggest change, and I think we've seen that shift this summer. So at the beginning of the summer, everybody was baking banana bread, but now the banana bread levels are actually back to 2019.
Interesting.
So it's almost like as the summer's gone on, the health and wellness has become even more important. Sales of trainers are up 30% in the last week. So this is a behaviour that's here to stay. People are looking after themselves and looking to food and drink to actually help with health and wellness. And I think that will become so important next year.
And obviously within that, immunity playing a key role as well, and the sort of valuing ourselves and health being our wealth.
Yes, and ingredients that are linked to immunity, like ginger, garlic, really coming to the fore.
So why do you think this summer reset behaviour is likely to become more important into 2021?
Well, I think with obesity linked to further complications with COVID-19 and social distancing plans in place for the foreseeable future, it's looking after that physical and also mental health that's going to be priority. Also, as we look to a different future, there's also the practical delivery routes that businesses are undergoing massive fundamental change. You know, working from home is, even as people go back to offices, there's more flexible working now, and this could change forever, which could mean that the lunchtime trade undergoes a seismic shift by next year, and that change continues. So we've got the practical change happening as well as the health and wellness. And also what COVID-19's done is it's brought the vulnerability of people and planet to the fore. And as we look to a different future, these values are going to continue to be more important. So fair trade and sustainable messages.
Yeah, of course. So then thinking about how summer reset might manifest itself into summer 2021, what are your thoughts on that?
Health will be at the heart. So plant-based food will continue to grow, but also we're likely to see more functional food and drink. So gut health plus natural adaptogens in drinks, emphasis on natural as well. So peach sparkling water with lemon verbena and ashwagandha to help relax, and immune boosting ingredients such as ginger. So these are real natural ingredients, because people still have the stripped back approach as well as wanting to be healthy. And also I think hard seltzers, in the US and Canada, they have seen huge increases this year. And I think the UK, Australia, that's going to continue to be important, and more unique flavours. So pineapple tequila soda at 5% ABV, or ginger pear hard seltzer. This light and low and moderation, I think, will continue into next year. From a practical point of view, life as we know it has changed, and we're likely to see more blurred lines between food service and retail. So think luxury donuts delivered with our weekly shop, and more shared spaces as well. So actually in the city centre, Bros Bagels in Edinburgh has already joined up with a baker's to offer desserts as well as the sandwiches. So they're sharing like the rental costs and also delivering a whole solution in one place for customers.
Yeah.
And on the other side of the spectrum, we've got retailers. Morrison's in the UK has just joined with Amazon to help get delivery even faster into homes. Yeah. For years, food to go, the iconic meal deal, the sandwich, the drink, the crisps, that we spend a while at the fixture actually choosing. I don't think people will want to spend as much time at the fixture now with COVID and the shadow of that. So it's more picnic platters to go, and reimagine tempting offers, such as like tuna jerky or hotter food to go that we can't as easily replicate at home. So we've got a real reason to go in and get those things. And also, as we look to a different future, it's more purposeful messages are likely. So we've just seen Brewdog in the UK become the first international beer brand to be carbon neutral. Yeah. So brands really standing behind purpose that is right for the future. And I think on an everyday level, we'll see more anti-waste solutions that bring different tastes. So imagine sourdough glazed chicken made with leftover bread, or an ice cream sandwich made out of croissants to buy and have in our home, in our freezers. We really are thinking purposefully about our decisions, whether that's on a waste point of view or actually about causes going forwards. And sustainability, buying local, that's all going to become more important as we think more about our communities, and organic English wines that we've seen accelerate this year. I think next year will continue. So it's really about putting the planet and people at the heart of decisions.
That's brilliant, what we expect to see into summer 2021. So that concludes this short introduction to the summer shifts that we've seen in 2020 and what we expect to see looking forward into 2021. We hope that you found this really useful and thought-provoking. We're cautiously optimistic for summer 2021, but like all future planning in this era, having flexibility and adaptability at the heart of the strategy are key to summer 2021 planning, both from a product assortment and innovation perspective, as well as marketing and communication as well. So do join our Food People community for the details of our recent special episodes, articles, and all the latest food and drink trends for site. Visit thefoodpeople.co.uk and complete your details at the footer of the page. On behalf of Sarah and myself and the whole team at TFP, thanks for listening to Summer 2021. How are you shifting the future of food and drink?